Over to you, Jalal bhai.
Thank you. Am I audible? Because I if the mic. Okay, thank you so much. So thanks to Agile Nepal for arranging such beautiful event. My third time in Nepal joining any conference, and welcome everybody. So as time is very short, I will try to move a little bit faster. So before I go to the topic, so how many of you actually think that estimation is necessary? Can you raise your hand? Okay, okay, that's great. So many people are actually thinking the estimation is necessary. So when we are talking about the estimation, what's uh, our level position? So from the developer to project manager to the state of the management, we think the estimation is different level. So how many of you are project manager? Okay. Project manager or any requirement towards a developer, how you are giving the estimation? By mentioning any hour, day, weeks, and you are following any specific methodology to give a estimation? Anybody here? Okay, thank you. So what I would like to share, so so the picture, what it's actually, you think of it. Estimation and surrounded. So they are not angels, right? So by Ron Jeffrey, estimation is evil. Okay. After he added, estimation is a necessary evil. Okay. So Ron actually one of the team members Agile Manifesto. Taking something sometimes a little bit fast. So for the definition, it's time, effort, resource, and cost. Actually required to define the software application or the project to be successful, right? So as this is the part of theory, now the topic share with you actually based on my own experiences, technique or the methodical my own experience, uh, where the people and the project and the product are connected. So in my focusing on the project and products along with different level of people I have met during is in Bangla, Doshe Mile Korika, actually the teamwork when you are doing some success. So in English, it's two heads are better than one. So yeah, get more later. So to actually mention few the carry here. Actually, not have the last update. I actually quit the position of the head of development from the Synesis and check. It's basically okay. Check. By the way, I have started with the journey of software engineer. Later on, I moved to the Ivono, 2 years, another position of software engineer. Then I joined Samsung R&D Bangladesh, the Korea-based organization. I worked over there as a senior software engineer. Then I joined, I was the founder of the individual. I successfully failed. And after 1 year, I back to the job and I started the third level of okay. So I Synesis 2017 and Later on, I step down and I go back to the check with project manager position. So in this journey, how I meet with the different people in terms of project and product and how actually the estimation works, I will explain. So to give you an idea, the cycle, because of you can understand, as I have started with the software engineering position, I used to say it will take 2 days, 3 days, days. Method or anything I used to share. So later on in Synesis, I with estimation methodically. So the software estimation method, it depends use and how you are making impact on the stakeholders. And you have to understand should be fit for fire. Okay. So this image I have been using ChatGPT. So by the way, so there are some elements from the project. So can you give me an idea what project? What is the definition of project? No? Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Right. Compose. The scope, the requirement clarity, the complexity, the required stake or technology, the risk factor, and so many attributes people actually know about those things. So what I would like to mention over here, when I was in Synesis IT, that was a software company. Actually, that is software. So they used to provide different software for other vendors. Okay, not that they are actually developing any product. So they have the project start end time with fixed budget. Okay, so I was one of the team lead. So there are 4 team leads we initiated or awarded. So we used to manage first management based on the requirement. I need this couple of resources or this level to make it done by this timeline. Okay, so we went to the management meeting. 3 of them selected. Only I got the required mentioned people successfully because 3-point estimation, because the project was initially listed with the number of features and the modules name. So I used a 3-point estimation technique. I will later. And when I started with that, I have used established technology, my method, which is 3, where I can give them the logical reason how it will take this much people for this project. Apart from me, rest of them actually use their expert opinion based on their experiences. So now come to the product. Now, as I experienced before Synesis in Samsung, also my own startup, and right this moment I'm also working in a product based on. So, any of you, can you give any idea about what is the difference between project? Based on your understanding, what is the difference? What you can find difference between project? Let me give you another. So, what is the difference between the waterfall and the agile? We have every 2 weeks, 1 week, you are defining is a waterfall. Sometimes, isn't it? Okay. So now, what about the and the product? The product, you have so many projects. Based on my understanding, you might have different opinion, right? Okay. So so based on my understanding, product and the project, the difference is nature of the scope and the life cycle. As I mentioned earlier, start and end it. product, it has a longer life cycle than project. It maybe have the ending of any product, but it's a longer life than any project. So it's it might be different in terms of objective. The objective, it's based on the timeline. You might achieve a fixed goal. In product, the objective might be changed based on the user feedback. It's a different management level. Management level. And another one is the outcome. Okay. So now let's move to the uh, different estimation technique. Okay. So when I was working with the Cine Society, they actually used to work the governance project. So we used to found the document, the called RFP or the or terms of reference. They mentioned that how many people we can take, what should be the skill set of there. So I was so much curious to learn about how the people actually, before the requirement analysis, full of requirement analysis, the very high level or the abstract level of requirement they are giving, and they are talking about this much experience needed, and the timeline is this. So I have opportunity to meet some expert and the consultant of those who actually prepared the documentation. I was able to meet them. People actually define the project required this sort of skills people, and the timeline is this. So they actually say something very much expert judgment. Nowadays, the maximum organizations run based on the expert judgment. We are doing guesstimation, not the estimation. Sometime when we are talking about we are becoming agile, we used another word, the four. Okay, so it's a very established technique or methodology, which is expert judgment. And I opportunity to meet a group of people who are working for the government. They are actually working for the tagline, the digital Bangladesh. From tomorrow, another new tagline, the smart Bangladesh. You know, tomorrow is the election of Bangladesh. Um, the new tagline is smart Bangladesh. The current thing is saying that we are looking forward to smart Bangladesh. So previously it was digital Bangladesh. So those group of people actually initiated lots of projects in terms of different automation. So same question I asked, will actually do the estimation. Can I would like to learn? I would like explore the things. So junior raised hand. He said, I used to ask. He just give them. We don't have any methodical process. So that is also expert opinion. They have some seniors, experience, and expert people. So that often is used earlier is to the project. This technique involves comparing the project to the similar project. It's a technique. So you have project requirement. You can actually estimate. Yep. And I have heard it was in the COCOMO model. So this is something like that. The parameter. So I never used the COCOMO model, the code of line or something based on your code of line. They are doing estimation. So it is still there, and project is still doing this. The Delphi method, the structured communication technique where a panel of experts answer the question 2 or more rounds. By this, how they are giving the feedback and they actually project. Functional point. So as you know, and another one is use case point, the functional cases. If you people have any idea during any government project or any funding organization when they are funding any project, we have to provide their documentation. Sometimes it also software specification, requirement specification that actually given their how many use cases are will be there. We used to use some UML like use case diagram, BPMN diagram, expressing that how we understand the features. So based on that number, the diagrams or the use cases, they can do a estimation. And this is the bottom-up estimation. It's very expensive because we have to break down all the minimum one gradually. Uh, so this is I was talking experience with the three-point estimation. So 2017, I have started my Agile certification journey, but I have started the Agile journey back 2011 in my master's program. So after the certification, I was very much looking forward to do something Scrum, self-organizing team, or estimation technique, whatever the possible area I can implement in my organization, because the environment was not that much friendly to implement full framework of Scrum or anything at all. So I was looking forward to do something differently by myself along with my team. So we have started the estimation technique. So we have many things like plan cooker, Fibonacci series, and story point. So because of the nature of stakeholder, they actually don't really want to hard about the story point things. They actually don't understand how it works. But the benefit of the three-point estimation is the unit of the estimation is hours. So when it's defined by the hours, they can easily connect. Okay, now this task can be done within this hour. So they can do it accordingly, and then they can accept we are more empowered, more capability to negotiate with our stakeholders by mentioning that how much hours we will require. So during practicing the three-point estimation, we have explored that we need to define, we need to make a threshold that the individual tasks should have a unit. It's already given that hours, but when it's hours work, people are not able. Why 20 hours? Take 4 or 5 or max 6 hours. Okay, so 20 hours. So we break it down and we make a base that when we not be more than 2 days work. Okay, so now that time it was we were decided the 5 hours a day is our productive hour. So that means a single task, if it exceeds the 10 hours, we make it down. Okay, that's how we break our hours according, and it's more practical, more logical towards our stakeholder. Okay, now it's negotiable. Yes, we can understand this work can be done within 2 days. That's how we were now able to manage our management based on the three-point estimation, how many resources we actually required. Okay, another good advantage I have using three-point estimation request came during a maintenance project. Project is done, but we have a maintenance period. So the agreement was each hour, they will pay us by hourly rate. So it was another team, they were struggling with the negotiate with the client that it will take 3 weeks. And customer said it may take max 1 week. So what we have done, we sit together, take the list, and we just put the maximum hour, minimum hour, average hour, and with the standard deviation. So we gave them idea, it will take 30 hours plus minus 8 hours. So now we are able to negotiate with them, it will take 30 hours plus minus 8 means it can take more 8 hours or it can be less than 8 hours. The negotiation time took only 15 minutes. Okay, so it impacted you by first the acceptance. When you are talking about you are using something method which is already established, the acceptance levels in the very beginning increased. And later on, when they got the detailing, uh, pretty much okay with that. So I was benefited using this three-point estimation technique. So Now, what practices we have done over there, I already talked about this. So later on, it's if you, by definition, product backlog refinement. So reviewing, prioritization, estimation, decomposition, clarification, technical input, and readiness. So what I already mentioning by different example, right? So if you are doing your product backlog refinement, so you can do better estimation. Another one was very challenging, as I mentioned, that story point estimation. So the challenge is that the story required give the relative idea, right? So when, as in this hall, we are different level of people, right? Developer, senior developer, project manager, someone might be the owner of the for really talking about. So now to plan how many bicycle needed, right? Are assuming the unit of one bicycle. So challenge is to by team by itself. We have to understand because everyone have their own point of view or the visualization capacity. What is he is understanding, defining the cycle and the aeroplane, and also the others people. So to making people understand the relative estimation is difficult if they are not really ready to understand. If you are enough lucky that your team member are really understand, so I was so much challenged that time when I was trying to estimate using the story point. But currently, we are using the story point estimation. By the way, I already mentioned in the planning booker. So planning booker is something like that. You are in the the task list, and you are sitting with the team member, and the team member put a card with the number. So by choosing them, you can estimate. So the T-shirt, right? So it is a good can help to give you a good estimation idea. I would like to make the next slide so that you can understand the fit of the T-shirt. So when you are doing the estimation, software estimation, you also consider things. The one is the frequency of delivery, fit estimation technique. These are recommended, but not 100%. It's based on your system, which can fit it. You can typing or practicing, whatever it is. So suggestion is frequency daily to the ground level, daily done by hours. Sometimes it can be hours, but when it's you can go for the help. The when it's ideal, okay. The requirement is very abstract level. It's not actually properly break into the pieces. The T-shirt. What is the definition of the T-shirt sizing? It's actually depends based on whoever are the team member need to define. So what is my current organization practicing? I would like to share. This is the current practice we are doing. So we are defining as is maximum 1 day, M is 3 days, L is 4 to 10 days. So our sprint is 2 weeks, 10 days with the priority. Okay. So have a task, ticket, task story, whatever it is, it has a priority. Sometimes, so we custom matrix. Okay. So now if you see, so the uncertainty with the effort small, the small already defined by the hours or medium, large. maximum is 20. So in our current definition of done, our a single story, 20 story need to done by. So what actually it is the definition. The technique or within team or stakeholder, you have to define how you are calculating estimation, how you are proposing your estimation. So initially it was my experience that doing 3 point, we are taking the individual. When we are currently story point, so the one individual story can take 20 story point, which has some other parameters. The prioritization and the severity of complexity. It might be business or it might be engineer or technical. So now my they can understand the velocity. It was the previous organization to give them idea how it works. So I was not able to give them idea. So this time my organization and my that much friendly that they are really and they are understanding the team velocities. So now it's the end of my looking about the project when it's a fixed time or fixed budget or within few feature modules with a fixed objective, you can use whatever the technique to learn exactly whatever your stakeholder and you both are aligned. So now the project, the difference is very clear to us. We have identified different technique in my from my own experience. It works in different technique in different stakeholder based on the project, product, or whatever it is. So I would recommend to you need of this. It will help if you use any established technique. It will start the increasing of the first level of acceptance by your stakeholder that you are doing something process oriented, which is established method, and take the benefit that first. Then let are the definition or what are the tailoring you actually needed within team. Do the product backlog refinement properly, do the properly the definition of done, so that everyone can understand, take the benefit and so my side today. Stay connected. This is my LinkedIn. Thank you, Nepal, and thank you all of you who are participating. You have any question? I would love to answer, and I'll be there rest of the session today.